Hello everyone. So if you're watching this isn't exactly a Resident Evil stream, this is more like a research stream for me, but I'm gonna do this anyway. It's kind of late at night, but oh, whoa. I'm just messing around here and getting wrecked at the same time. And part of this was just to play around with the big boy upstairs, cause what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take inspiration from Resi now and use it to help me with my project.
Bet he's not part of the rescue squad.
The idea is that with my my project, I've had it going for a while, and for those who have seen it before, it's a game where you play as sort of a stand-in security in a broken down old building that's huge, and the idea is that you go around the place fixing stuff, you do patrols, and you avoid the AI. And the idea is that the AI can eventually find you, and that you have to avoid it as much as possible and not let it get you. And I was only just thinking about this the other day, but it fits the bill for what I want is researching Resi. So what we've got here is Claire roaming around, and we're gonna find Tall, Dark and Ugly, who is downstairs at the moment. We've already come in contact on the B scenario very early on with Mr. X, who we're going to be looking at for his AI and everything. But like in general Resident Evil fashion, we get to collect items which we then use later on, which is something I didn't actually think of originally. I just thought of collecting certain items to like power different things like generators and other things, but I didn't think of actual parts to fix certain things or do different puzzles, which would be better because it would allow the players to have a bit more challenge. The thing is, I'm not sure whether all the spawns for items in this are static or random. It seems like between the scenarios they are placed in different areas. The only other thing I can think of is to make it more difficult by having the difficulty that the player puts it on change the spawn of the items itself. Not quite sure on that. I'm still kind of... I think I'm more happy with the idea of the random spawns. We've got things like the ability to break through locked doors, the ability to look at various different items, all the staples of Resident Evil that I honestly didn't think about until now. And most of this I've actually got coded, apart from various little tweaks here and there that I can use. Like, we'll get up to the Tyrant here now and then I'll go over it. So we're just slowly making our way around here. The Tyrant is actually upstairs. So we're going to make our way around here. What we're going to try doing is boarding that up there, so that we can then stop anybody from coming in. And then we should be good to go on with this little experiment that I've got going. So, the experiment is to test what the Tyrant is programmed to react to, which I swear is sounds. Just sounds, and then generally he patrols like a certain area. So we're gonna have to check this out. First, I gotta put down a couple of zombies though, because they just keep coming back. It's okay, it's not like I needed ammo in the first place.
Bitch.
Okay, oh, Christ. You take down one and another one appears. Okay, so the way this works is that the Tyrant is triggered round here near the STARS office on the B scenario. What you do is you open up these lockers to see if there's anything inside them first, which normally is just gunpowder. See if I can get any more ammo, and then the moment we walk down the other end of the corridor here is when he's going to trigger. But until then, he's not triggered, so we should be fine. This is the note from Leon, which is also the note from Claire in the Leon B scenario. All we're going to be using here is the pistol just to annoy him, but we should technically be okay now to engage. So, as you can see, there's nothing happening yet. No sounds are setting him off. We can shoot down here and I don't think he comes out. No. So he's not spawned in yet, or if he has, his AI isn't active. So then, we can go and just trigger him. Bam there, and obviously that triggers him. Now the AI, when he sees you, will just proceed to chase you like crazy normally. Normally it consists of him speeding up, and as you can tell, he can come through doors. Certain doors he can't come through, but there are other ones he can. There tends to be like certain safe areas that he can't come through, and he will kill other zombies to get to you. Now the thing is, you can hear him coming a mile away, and he can kind of hear you when you're running, apparently, according to some other people. But he definitely reacts to gunshots. Like that. So for instance, we can watch him as he punches these zombies out of the way, or at least he should do. Oh, yep, there we go. And he will just follow and swing at you like crazy. The only time he will not swing at you is when there's another zombie in the way. But then he will constantly chase you. It's accompanied by this really creepy backing track so that you know he's there. Originally I thought it was if you take off his hat then he gets more aggressive, but it seems like it doesn't really matter. He can do other things like climb ladders. Generally, he's just a nuisance to the player. More so than the zombies themselves. I pressed L1 there, but that didn't work. As you can see, he happily waits for me there. Here he is again. So we're slowly leading him around here. Now the thing is, I want to be able to have my AI somewhat like this, so he can sense you between rooms, but you can't actually lose him, because that's going to be key to the player being able to take cover. But I do like the fact that he can seemingly go wherever the hell he wants, and is attracted very heavily to sound. So at the moment I've got to now see if I can program some sort of way of the AI reacting perfectly to sound, because the idea is that at the moment I've got a mechanic where the AI, well, the player can actually throw different items and things. I love the way he observes you as you do that as well. The idea is that the player can throw certain items. The idea is that I want to be able to let the AI be aware of those items as they hit the ground. So then as they hit the ground, the AI will then go and investigate them. The idea is that you want to have the AI just try and investigate any sound effects, so that you can then lure it into other areas so that you can get out of the way. That's what I want set up. Like at the moment, he's somewhere on the right there. I've got no ammo here, that's a problem. Now when you've actually evaded him for a little bit, he goes into this kind of patrol state where he listens out for anything, including doors, footsteps. It's kind of awkward. If I put a flashbang in this zombie, will he actually react to it? Apparently not. I thought he might, but apparently not. When he can't go in certain rooms, you'll be able to hear him anyway from like certain areas. But in certain rooms, he just can't go in them, so he'll either avoid them, or you'll just hear him passing by. So he can go in like here, and I don't think he can go in here. You can hear him though. What I want for my AI is for it to be a little bit stealthier. You can definitely hear him though, he's marching around upstairs somewhere. What I think is he's on the upper landing. Now what I want is my AI to kind of hear things in the distance and react to them. Question is, did he hear those safes opening? Because it sounded like he opened a door close to me. Sounds like he's just checking everywhere at the moment. I mean, I would actually like it if my AI could also react to flashlights and stuff. But yeah, the idea is just to have the AI be like super aware of everything. Like, be able to see lights and be able to hear sounds and stuff and be aware to that kind of thing, so it's a bit more realistic. Obviously, within reason, I don't want the AI to be a complete and utter pain in the butt to try and evade or whatever, but something very similar to this would be really ideal. Love the way he just kicks in doors and away we go. Hey everyone. So if you're just tuning in, you're just listening to my talk about AI on Resident Evil 2 and how I want mine to be similar in my video game that I'm creating. And I'm just using Mr. X here and a couple of other things as a sort of an example. Funny thing is, we can hear him, so I don't know whether he's directly outside the door or what, but normally in rooms like this he can't come in. The problem is, because the material's on the floor in the RPD, I don't know whether it's the next floor or the floor that we're on that has wooden flooring, because that's what we can hear him currently marching around on. Thing is, he's currently stood in one position by the sound of it, and he's kind of just patrolling or looking around idly. He definitely opened a door there. If he opens this door next to me now, I'm kind of screwed. But this definitely does get the player tense. Let's go investigate. Think he might be upstairs. I say that, it did sound like he was moving around a little bit on concrete flooring. Right. Oh, I can only get out on my right. Unless I have the blue key, which I don't, so that's a problem. This is another cool thing for Resi, is just the whole idea of only being able to get in certain doors with certain key cards, and then you have to go and find them. So I'm hoping that I can get that kind of effect. Problem now is how to avoid him, because he sounds like he's over there. Again, I don't think he has a proper patrol style. He just kind of chills out and goes to investigate sounds by the sound of it. I'm trying to keep my my flashlight hidden here, but I think he might actually be upstairs. Oh, nope. Now he knows where I am. I just about sidestepped him. Oh, nope. Oh boy. Again, because of the way the game is done, he's gonna actually let me get through there. Then I should be able to take that, and away we go. As we can see, he's down there again. It's like the whole idea with him in this game particularly is that he's there to annoy you, to get any cheap hits in when you mess up, and at the same time he's there to put pressure on you so that you will mess up more. It has got pretty cool messing around with him though. Like at the moment he's just normally walking, now he's full stride. You know, when he gets to a certain distance he makes that stride to get to you, but then when the door closes, then he takes a break because his animation slows down and he has to go through it. I can't remember whether the floor falls away there on Claire or not. But there is a zombie at the bottom here that's going to stop me. I've got to kind of double back on myself a little bit here. Still can't get out of that door because I don't have the blue key. He's currently over there. The thing is, you can actually lose him in here. Well, the way he just punches that zombie in the face. Best part about him is, because he's kind of slow, you can play Ring Around the Rosie with him. Yeah, I love the way he's kind of menacing, just the way that he looks at you and then slowly moves near you. Like, he's probably gonna go that way now. He changes his pathing based on where you're going. Like, he can just jump down there and away he goes. Now he's gonna cut me off there, I imagine. Yep. So the way his pathing works is he looks around for you first, gets a visual on you. Then once he gets a visual, then he decides on which route to take. And if he loses you, well then, that's when he starts going into that kind of patrol mode where you see him looking around for you, and he'll slowly move around and listen out for any sounds. So the best part about him, or rather getting away from him, is when you can break his line of sight. Because then it's a lot harder for him to catch up to you. Trying to go past this guy then, but it didn't work. So yeah, at least that's a little bit of research on Mr. X. He's a little bit easy to avoid now, unlike these normal zombies that I'm just running into repeatedly. Yeah, he's fun to play around with. He's probably going to come down here in a moment. You find him on the B scenario, just past the STARS office, so if you want to play around with him yourself, pretty easy to find him. Just follow the footsteps. Also, he goes in any area. There's like no safe area. Ooh! Oh, okay, he took a shortcut. Love that. I say there's no safe area, and then he does that. I wonder whether he'll go in the STARS office. I imagine he would. Let's find out. I broke his line of sight. Maybe this is a safe room. Okay, so for a moment there, that sounded like the door, but luckily it wasn't. So yeah, the Star's office is one of the few places we can avoid him. Anyway, that's just a little bit of research into Mr. X and his habits and movement. So I'll see you guys next time.